you're not free. The habits you can't break, the people you can't leave, the cycles you keep repeating, they aren't just mistakes. They're symptoms of something darker. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, didn't just explore the light in us. He warned us about the shadows, the parts of our psyche that seek out chaos, destruction, and suffering. Jung believed we are unconsciously drawn to what will ruin us. And worse, we find comfort in it. This isn't motivation. This is a wake-up call. 1. The shadow within, the enemy you deny. Carl Jung introduced the concept of the shadow, the part of your psyche you deny, suppress, and hide. It contains your darkest impulses: envy, lust, rage, addiction, greed. Society teaches you to ignore these parts. But Jung warned, what you ignore doesn't disappear. It festers, it grows, and eventually, it controls you from the shadows. You don't become addicted to alcohol, toxic love, or power overnight. It begins with denying your pain, your weakness, your needs. Your shadow finds substitutes, quick fixes, emotional highs, or people who reflect your wounds. And once the addiction sets in, the shadow feeds off it. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. 2. Addiction is a symbol, not a symptom. Modern psychology tries to treat addiction as a chemical or behavioral issue. Jung saw it differently. He believed addiction is symbolic, a cry from the unconscious that something inside you is broken and ignored. An alcoholic isn't just hooked on liquor. They're seeking God, seeking meaning. The drink fills a void, temporary relief from a deeper spiritual hunger. Jung believed addicts are often spiritually starved. What they really crave is transformation, but they settle for intoxication. Every destructive habit points to an unmet need, an unlived truth, or a repressed part of the self. 3. The anima and animus. Your inner lover is a trap. Jung theorized that inside every man is the anima, the feminine part of the soul, and in every woman, the animus, the masculine part. These inner energies shape how we fall in love, desire, and attach. Here's the danger. When we don't recognize these energies inside ourselves, we project them outward. That's why men become obsessed with unattainable women, and women chase toxic masculinity. We see in others what we haven't accepted in ourselves. This projection creates an illusion. You think you found the one, but really, you're just addicted to your own unlived truth. And when that illusion breaks, heartbreak follows. 4. Repeating the wound, the addiction to pain. Jung didn't believe we randomly end up in bad situations. He believed we repeat our traumas until we understand them. If you had an absent father, you might fall for emotionally distant men. If you were shamed as a child, you might stay in relationships that humiliate you. It's not coincidence. It's compulsion. You're addicted to what will destroy you because that destruction feels familiar. It feels like home. And until you confront that original wound, you'll keep seeking it. 5. Inferiority complex and addiction to validation. The more inferior you feel deep down, the more you seek external validation. This is another addiction Jung warned about. Whether it's chasing likes on social media, needing constant praise in relationships, or overachieving to prove your worth. These behaviors are driven by the belief that you are not enough. But no amount of applause will fix a broken self-image. The moment the cheering stops, the emptiness returns. Jung said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. That's the real cure. Not fame, not success. Just brutal self-acceptance. 6. The archetypes that possess you. Jung identified core archetypes in the human psyche: the hero, the mother, the trickster, the victim, and more. When these archetypes dominate us unconsciously, they become masks we wear. Addictions often come from these inner identities clashing. If you're stuck in the rescuer archetype, you may become addicted to saving others, even at your own expense. If you're trapped in the victim, you might be addicted to suffering because it brings sympathy and avoids responsibility. True healing requires identifying which archetype is running your life and taking the mask off. 7. The collective unconscious. Why you're not alone in your addiction. Jung's idea of the collective unconscious suggests we all share the same psychological blueprint. That means your addiction isn't just personal, it's part of a larger pattern. Why are millions addicted to the same destructive things? Porn, power, validation, toxic love, rage, materialism? Because society reflects our shared shadow. You're not just battling your demons. You're fighting a war humanity has faced for centuries. Understanding this helps you depersonalize your shame. Your struggle is ancient, but so is the wisdom to overcome it. 8. Dreams. Your unconscious is begging you to wake up. Jung believed dreams reveal what your conscious mind refuses to see. If you pay attention to them, you'll see warnings, insights, and patterns of your addiction. Are you always running in dreams? You're avoiding confrontation. Are you being chased? You're ignoring something urgent. Are you always falling? You feel out of control. Your psyche is talking. Are you listening? Jung called dreams the royal road to the unconscious. And that road can lead you to healing if you dare to follow it. 9. Why healing feels like dying. Jung didn't sugarcoat transformation. He said that becoming whole feels like destruction because it is. You're destroying your false self, the addicted self, the one built on lies, pain, and illusion. Healing is brutal. You'll lose relationships, identities, even careers. But what's left is truth, real freedom, not the fake freedom of escaping through addiction, but the power of choosing with clarity. You cannot become who you are meant to be without killing who you pretended to be. 10. The path to integration, becoming whole. Jung believed the goal of life is individuation, becoming your true self by integrating all parts of your psyche, the light, the dark, the shadow, the anima/animus. To beat addiction, you must stop running. Face the parts of you that you're most ashamed of. Sit with your fear. Talk to your pain. Only then will you see that your worst impulses weren't evil. They were wounded, and they needed attention, not punishment. When you integrate, the addiction loses its grip. You no longer need a crutch, because you are standing fully in your power. If this brutal yet enlightening dive into Jung's dark philosophy hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear the truth about their inner struggles. Leave a comment. What addiction are you ready to face? Subscribe for more raw, real, and ruthless psychological insights. It's time to stop being a prisoner of your shadow. Step into your full self. Jung believed you were meant to be whole. Not perfect, but whole. That journey starts now.